The episode begins with a VT clock slate for a film called The Devil of Christmas. Set in December 1977, Julian, with his pregnant wife Kathy, his mother Celia, and his son Toby, enter a wooden cabin in a snow field. A family has come here for their vacation. Julian wants to go skiing, but Toby finds it boring. The butler, Klaus, brings some wine for them. Toby comes across a painting of the Krampus on the wall. In a voiceover, the director, Dennis Fulcher, points out a continuity error. In beginning, when they all enter the cabin, the painting can be seen hung by the door. But when Celia crosses over, the painting is gone. He also comments that the boy seems distracted. The interviewer asks him how long it took for the scene. Dennis says, 1 day and 3 cameras. He comments how Celia was looking at the stage, trying to find her mark. They fast forward the video to the painting scene. Klaus explains to Toby, 6th December is St. Nicholas Day, who brings treats for the good boys and girls, and in the clutches of Krampus, even the most evil children promise to turn from their wicked ways. Kath gets unnerved, and feels that there's something in Krampus's eyes. Klaus explains that Krampus comes out for 3 nights for bad children. On first night, he leaves switches in the boots, meant as a warning to mend the ways. On the second night, he leaves his mark, and the children wake up with scratches on their bodies. And they still haven't mend their ways. On the third night, he takes them to the depths of hell. Toby prays before going to bed. Kathy finds his boots outside, which he left for Krampus, to leave coins and treats. Dennis comments that Toby is not a good actor, but it's hard to find child actors given the subject matter of the film. Kathy leaves the shoes outside, but gets scared when Julian arrives suddenly. She goes to the bathroom, and empties a bottle of pills. Next morning, Toby's boots are filled with switches, and Toby hasn't stopped crying all morning. Klaus took Kathy and Toby to the village, to get hot chocolate. Celia believes that Kathy put the switches in the boots, because she is not his mother. Director comments that Celia overshot her mark again. She wouldn't wear the glasses. Julian throws the switches into the fire. At dinner, Toby explains about the wonderful day he had with Klaus. Toby gets up to go to sleep. Klaus gives him a sack, saying that today is the 6th of December. Dennis comments that actors hate doing the eating scene, because the food is cold, and the actors have to remember their continuity. Nobody actually eats anything at the table. Kathy believes that the switches were put in the boots by Toby himself, since he has a habit of sleepwalking. Celia rebuffs her, and Kathy gets upset. Julian calms her down. Klaus says that Toby is a good boy, and Krampus will not return. At night, the door opens. Toby wakes up, and leaves his room. He finds candies on the floor. He goes back to his room, and finds Celia. He shows her the candies he found. Celia puts him to bed, and leaves. A dark figure can be seen in the dark. Next morning, Kathy finds scratches on Toby's body. Kathy panics, and Julian slaps her, and decides to leave. He tries to make a booking, but there are only 2 seats left. Celia suggests that she'll take Toby away. Kathy gets upset, believing that Celia thinks it's her who's doing this. When they are leaving, Dennis points out that the suitcases are always empty, light as a feather. They all stand in a line, because Dennis wanted to get them all in one shot. Julian was eager to finish the scene because he had an advert to shoot for. Kathy deliberately made the scene slow. Dennis thinks she was on to Julian about the advert. Back to the film, Kathy suggests Klaus might have been doing this. Julian doesn't believe her. Julian finds scratch marks on Kathy's back. They look at her shoes, which are filled with switches. Julian says that this makes no sense. Krampus only comes for children. Kathy believes Krampus is coming for her unborn child. Julian goes outside, and hears a glass break. He enters Toby's room, and finds the window broken. He locks all the doors, and goes to sleep. He suddenly wakes up, to find Kathy missing. He finds her downstairs, looking at Krampus's painting. She says that Krampus comes for children, and she is pregnant, but Krampus only comes for bad children. Phone rings, and it's Celia, informing them that she and Toby are safely home. Kathy reveals that Julian is not the father of the child. Krampus shows up behind her, and takes Kathy away. Julian has a heart attack, and needs his medication. Kathy reveals the empty bottle of pills, the one she emptied earlier. Krampus is revealed to be Klaus. Klaus removes his fake mustache, revealing himself to be Kathy's lover. The actors then prepare for the final scene, for which Dennis needed to be there. The scene begins, Kathy is on a bed, and pours champagne. Simon enters, still in costume, and chains Kathy to the bed. Simon claims to be Krampus, and the scene ends with Kathy screaming. The actor playing Krampus leaves, while the crew prepares for another scene, which Kathy isn't aware of. The crew gags Kathy. A new guy in Krampus costumes enters with a machete. Kathy screams. Dennis explains that we are witnessing is the real, genuine fear. The tape cuts just as the machete comes down to kill her. He says that he is surprised that the video has surfaced again, and calling it one of the better ones. The Devil of the Christmas is revealed to be a snuff film, and Dennis being interrogated by the police. The episode ends with the interviewer terminating the police investigation. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.